All right, Mason. It's just time. We have to get
talk
into
about
this.
it, dude.
We have to get into this. UFC 269. Main event of the evening, as always, guys. Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier. Oh my goodness. Let's relax.
Yep.
Okay, I'm freaking out already.
Wow, I know. Your hands are shaking. I see it. I don't know if the alcohol poisoning or the excitement. I don't know which one it is.
A mixture of both. I'm not going to lie. 50-50. But, dude, that first fucking round. When I went back and watched this, I was like a giddy little child watching that first round. Are you kidding me? The front kicks from Oliveira, the beautiful combinations from Poirier. Poirier stunning Oliveira multiple times, getting the knockdown multiple times. And for Oliveira to get right back up and then pressure him, get right in his face.
Well, and then
incredible.
The knees from Charles were doing that. You could tell Dustin was feeling those knees, man.
Yes.
I mean, they came with malice. He landed them a couple times. There was one giant knee in that first round that I was like, most guys would have just fell and crumpled, but somehow Poirier was able to fight through that. That was one of the best rounds this year in mixed martial arts. I mean, it was so much fun. I didn't know who was going to win the round. I didn't know who won the round. Even rewatching it, I kept going back and forth. So many strikes thrown in that first round. So impressive. And then, obviously round two, Charles dominated on the ground. And it was an odd thing. Rogan was talking about it a lot, but, Poirier was on his back. He had that body triangle from the bottom, which is purely a defensive position, and did not try to get up that entire round. And then Dustin goes back to his corner in round two and says, I just didn't want to give up I didn't want to give up my back. Unfortunately for Dustin, though, when Oliveira gets your back, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, dude. This guy's so good. The most submission wins in UFC history. Charles Oliveira is a gangster, bro. He has defended his belt. He is the true, undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He was before, but he most certainly is now, and I think he's solidified that after such an impressive performance against Dustin, and he had to fight through adversity. I don't know who these people are on the internet now talking about, Charles doesn't have the heart, Charles is this, Charles that, and we brought it up because we do talk about it on this podcast, but you cannot say that anymore about Charles Oliveira. There's no way, man. There's no way. 10 straight wins in a row in this lightweight division, one of the toughest divisions, if not the toughest in the UFC, and he goes out there and finishes Poirier. Wow.
Dude.
Electric.
The second round, Charles immediately pushes Poirier up against the fence and goes for the takedown. Very smart, because Charles knew that if he gets cracked again by one of those massive punches, it could be over. He almost got finished in that first. Yeah. Almost. It was very close to coming, but just the balls on this man just keep charging forward like that. It was crazy. And then the second round takes him down, dominates him on the ground. Poirier had no chance. And some people were giving Poirier shit, saying his ground game sucked. Why are you in the full body lock and full guard like that? You can't do anything. But, that was damage mitigation there by Poirier, which is actually smart. People were giving him trash for that. But, I mean, dude, if he does something, if he gets in a compromised position, it's over right then. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's over right then. So
that's what Dustin said in the second round. He was strategizing. It's a 5-round fight. It's a hell of a lot different. And this is a 3-round fight. Obviously, for a championship, 5 rounds. He was strategically being like, okay, I think I could have won that first round. It goes back and forth with me. I could have definitely slided it towards Poirier in that first round. So, as you said, damage control, damage mitigation there. He was on his back. He was just being defensive because he knows. Dustin's a smart fighter. You don't want to give Charles that opportunity to submit you because you know he will. Mm-hmm. He's one of the best in the game to do it. So
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
We got to talk about this too. Nothing but class from Dustin. Dustin is a stand-up human being. One of the best in the sport, man. Just humble, a giving person who's got a beautiful heart, man. And these are the people that I want to hold up in the UFC. These are the people that I want to be poster men and women. People like Dustin Poirier, and not people like Conor McGregor or any of these other fighters who do shit things all the time. Dustin losing that opportunity, finally fighting for the undisputed belt after losing to Khabib Nurmagomedov, and gets finished the same way. He pulls Charles aside and he goes, hey, I'd like to donate $20,000 to a charity of your choice to help you. I mean, imagine doing that after this man, and you might not hate him. You might not have any ill intention towards him, but that man took your dream. Mm-hmm. That man took everything from you, whether or not you have beef with him or not. And for Dustin to pull him aside and be like, hey, man, You're a good person. Both of us are blue collar, hardworking guys who came from the bottom, who had to scrap, who had to work hard their whole lives to get this point, this opportunity in our lives. I want to donate $20,000 to charity of choice. Dustin, there aren't two better people than Dustin and Charles, man.
I know.
Like, they're just great human beings. It was so awesome to see.
That was one of those fights where you just didn't want someone to lose.
Yes.
You didn't want to pick a winner and loser, dude, because they're both fantastic people and stand-up guys. And I got to get into this. I have to, because I want to talk about this a lot. Ant W, I'm very confident Oliveira walks through Justin Gaethje.
So that's what we'll talk about next.
So what's next for Oliveira? Yes, but I agree with Ant W here.
Oh,
I
so
think
do I,
Charles
100%.
Oliveira is striking. It's so fucking crisp. It's so clean. He's got sneaky power. He hurt Dustin multiple times in that first.
Yes, he did.
Multiple times. I think not only would Oliveira possibly beat Justin Gaethje on the feet, but even if he was losing on the feet, which a lot of people could say yes is very possible because calculated Gaethje is very extremely dangerous there.
Yeah, we'll give him his
He could just
respect.
take him down and submit him.
Yep.
Dude, he is the best ground fighter in the UFC right now, but Islam. We'll get into that in a minute. That's the only caveat to that. That is the only asterisk there, but we have to keep it on Charles because he deserves that respect.
Yes, he does.
More submissions than anyone else in the UFC, period.
Yep.
This man's a phenom. 10-fight win streak now in the lightweight division.
Yeah.
Defended his belt. A lot of people say if you don't defend your belt at least once, you're not a real champion. Well, Charles Oliveira is a real fucking deal, dude. He is a real champion, not only in name, but pedigree, everything. This man might be the very best lightweight in the world right now.
Absolutely. And I don't disagree with that take whatsoever. Also from Ant W's side, saying that Charles walks through Gaethje. And you're right. The way you broke it down, like Charles could very well stand toe to toe with Gaethje on the feet. But all Charles has got to do is take him down and submit him.
Yeah.
Charles can submit the best in the world. And that's where I think that matchup is just completely different. Like, if I'm being honest, and I mean no disrespect to Justin Gaethje, I love watching him fight. He's entertaining. He's a top lightweight in this division. But at this point, after seeing what seeing what Charles does to people like Dustin, or Chandler, like, I would rather see the stylistic matchup between the winner of Beneil Dariush and Islam Makhachev. That stylistically is my number one title fight right now. I mean, do you disagree, or would you rather see Gaethje
him and
first?
Islam?
Well,
Is
the
the
winner
number
of
one
Islam,
matchup you'd like to see? Or the him and Dariush? Okay, yeah.
well, winner of that fight.
Yeah, because of the matchup. Absolutely,
Yes,
I agree
yeah.
with that. That's the way more intriguing matchup. But, businessman, let me put my businessman cap on.
Yes, sir.
Does that make as much money? I don't know. If you do it in Abu Dhabi, probably. Maybe even more, because Islam is a fucking superstar, dude. He's a superstar in the Middle East. He's a superstar in Russia. This man can bring in a lot of dollars. But if we're doing it here at T-Mobile Arena in America, it's Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
What's going to bring more casuals in? It's a firefight with Justin Gaethje.
Yep.
So I don't know what the UFC is going to do here. I love how they have this matchup set up with Beneil Dariush and Islam Makhachev. The winner of that is without a doubt the number one contender. But I just don't know what the UFC is going to do. I think there's a reason why Justin Gaethje was sitting front row. I think there's a reason why the cameras were put on Justin Gaethje the second Charles won that fight. I do believe they make that fight probably around April, May, maybe June at the latest.
And we all know historically Dana White does not say what the next matchup is. But, of course, reporters do what reporters do, and they ask him, so is Justin Gaethje the next guy in line? And Dana actually said yes. So I think that's all but set in stone, essentially. But I'd love to see the opening line for this. I am going to say Charles comes in at a heavy favorite, minus 210 to a Justin Gaethje plus 165 to plus 170.
Dude, I wouldn't be shocked if Charles was the underdog again.
No.
I wouldn't be shocked.
No.
I'm not saying he should be. I'm just saying that's how fucking whack Vegas is. That's how much these bettors, these big time bettors, I think a lot of them are casuals, man. Because some of these lines coming out are crazy.
Well, you know what, Charles the underdog in that fight. I'm betting
the fucking house on him.
Yeah,
Yes, because I'm taking him in that fight. Yeah. I agree with everything that the chat is saying. They're all saying they're going to take Charles in that fight.
Yeah.
I agree with that, dude. I'd bet the house on him. And if he's a plus, I don't care if it's a plus 105. I'm putting money on that.
Yeah, and I think Charles proved it. He proved it to the world. He proved it to the hardcores. He proved it to the casuals that he is the best lightweight right now. Mm-hmm. Right now. And yes, down the line, Islam could fight him, but that fight has not happened, and we have to put respect on Charles, not just winning the belt, but then defending it against a top echelon guy like Dustin Poirier. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Charles, man. Nothing but good things. Nothing but well wishes for him and for Dustin as well in the continuation of his career. I mean, what is next for Dustin Poirier?
That's a great question.
I think he will take some time time off, obviously, as he probably should after a devastating loss like that. But man, there's a lot of names.
It's the Conor McGregor quadrilogy.
Yeah,
we know if he has a chance to take that Conor fight again, is he going to say no? No, he'd be dumb to.
Well, yeah, it's a big money fight, and why not? You beat the guy twice. You know you can beat him for a third time. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I get it, guys. They fought back in 6-7 years ago. But this is obviously the evolution of Dustin Poirier is way higher than Conor McGregor. I would love that for Dustin. I would love it. I'd love for him to go out there and beat Conor 3 times straight. Like, that would make me smile from ear to ear. I'd be so happy.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, he'd just be gone after that.
God,
he'd just fly off in the wind like that Thanos finger snap. Just dust, just disappeared. Yeah,
Kansas, dust in the wind.
I'm not going to lie. A lot of people might not like this take, but I wouldn't be shocked if he retired. He already took the money fights. If they say, no, you're not going to fight Conor again, we need him to get a victory.
Yeah, we need to set this guy up.
Would I be shocked?
We need to prop him up like a scarecrow.
Dude, would I be shocked if he just said, okay, I'm done. I've already made my money. I got great things going on with my foundation. I can make money outside of the UFC. He could be a great analyst. He'd be a great commentator. He could do things, but is that what he wants to do? I don't know. He could just fucking chill out with his charity now.
Yeah, he could.
He already has the money.
Yeah.
This guy's a very humble guy. He's not out there buying Lambos and stuff.
And from a very selfish standpoint, I do not want Dustin Poirier to retire. I love watching him fight. And again, these are the guys that you want to hold up in high regard in the UFC because they're good people. But if Dustin does retire, I'm totally okay with it, man. And I respect him, and I want the best for him.
Great take here by Ant W. Poirier versus Colby at 170 after Colby beats Masvidal. Colby can't get another title shot, so that would be the next biggest thing for him. Dustin has always wanted to go to 170. I'm glad you brought Dustin going to 170 up. The Colby-Covington matchup, I agree with that. That'd be a big payday. There's beef. There's a lot of backstory between that. They hate each other. He's one of the big reasons why Colby left that gym. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But what's a more interesting matchup at 170? What's a bigger payday, Colby Covington or Nate Diaz? That's the thing. Nate Diaz was talking mad shit once that fight ended last night. Him and Conor McGregor both were piling on Dustin Poirier, saying that he sucked. Like, bro, Dustin Poirier knocks them both the fuck out. I'm just going to say, maybe not Nate, because Nate's got the chin of the gods. For some reason, the only person who's ever put him to sleep was Luke Thomas.
Yeah,
Luke Thomas did. I read books. I read just beating the shit out of Nate Diaz. No, what's his name? John Thompson, right? No.
Josh Thompson?
No. Is it Josh Thompson? God, I'm brain farting
so
hard right now, dude. Please educate me down here in the chats, Ant W. We all know. I think it's Josh Thompson. He does the podcast with Mike.
Yeah, he was on the Calabasas fight companion not too long ago.
Yeah, I think it was him. I'm pretty sure it's him. For some reason, I fucking am forgetting his name like a casual pleb. That was my bad. But also, real quick, Ant W, one takedown, that fight is over. He's talking about the Gaethje-Oliveira fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Chandler would have easily submitted Gaethje had he controlled that takedown. Yeah, decent. Ignorant MMA. Dustin made $5 million last year, not including sponsors. Yeah, so I mean, he doesn't have to fucking fight anymore. He's made that money for his family. He now he's got a young daughter who's growing up every single day, and he's looking at her and go, do I want her to change my diapers one day? Do I want her to see me slurring my words in my old age? Maybe it's time to walk away. Yep. And as a hardcore fan, that really hurts me on the inside to say, because I love this man and I want to see him fight 100 more times.
Yeah, and Ignorant MMA just said something that I was about to bring up too in the chats. He said Poirier's advantage is his power. I don't think he gives that up to face those wrestlers at 170. And I think, Dustin Poirier, I don't know if 170 is the right move. I don't know if he's big enough. And
I think it'd just be big fights like Nate Diaz or Colby,
Okay, so yeah. In that aspect, I'm okay with it. And no disrespect to Poirier, you're just as big as you are, right? You can't get any bigger or stronger, but I just don't see him, fighting up to get that title shot against a guy like Kamaru Usman, or whoever else may eventually win the belt. I just don't see that. But you're right, Colby would be a great fight. Diaz would be an awesome fight. I'm cool with any of those. If Dustin wants to go that route, he's got my respect. He's got my support because at this point, he's done everything.
It's Josh Thompson.
Josh Thompson.
Yeah, okay,
yes,
thank
you.
Right.
Thank you for Googling that. Shout out to both these men. I fucking absolutely love this main event. I loved it. I didn't have quite the reaction I wish I would have last night. And it's going to be even worse for the next fight. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we will.
But I had a blast, man. And it was a great time watching those fights. Those are two of the best lightweights in the world. And I have so much respect for the both of them, really. Yeah, you said that. Ant W, that's also a good one, too. Dustin versus Nate would be huge. It's probably his biggest payday outside of Conor McGregor quadrilogy, which who knows if that's even going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I guess it is what it is. Let's get into church coin picks. Mason, last night of the fight campaign, you went all in on Poirier.
Church coin champ, guys, is Tabor. He's going to bring it up every fucking week until next month when Cosmo Reverb. Let's go. Let's collude. I will send you some church coin. Beat this guy because apparently I can't. Tabor's officially crowned the church coin champ. I went all in on Dustin Poirier. I gotta be honest. I don't remember it, but I guarantee I did it. Well, let me finish. I guarantee I did it because that's often what I do. Mm-hmm. So let's take it easy. Tabor's a church coin champ.
It is what it is.
This guy is the most competitive fucker. You wouldn't notice. You wouldn't know.
It's the comeback. It's the comeback. I was bankrupt. It looked you were up ahead like 18,000 church coin at one point.
At one point, yeah.
Yeah, and it looked like the year was a wrap. And then I think it was I went all in on Max Holloway, and I went all in a couple times and hit, and then I put like 9,000 church coin on Namajunas, and that gave me like a $14,000 or 14,000 church coin return or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna like this 1 month thing a lot better than doing this once a year.
Yeah, it's going to be way more fun. I can't wait for 2022.
I can't wait for the belt, guys. Just so you guys know, we also got an email for that belt, the Church Coin Champ belt. It's in development right now. They're still like 3 or 4 more weeks late. We ordered it back in early November. They're saying it might not get here till fucking January, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.